In this video, I'm going to introduce you to the Runhorse TEV, a little utility vehicle built in China, but being sold here in Wales and actually for sale across Europe. It has full European certification and a pantograph wiper. Yeah, I was delighted to spot one of these at Pembrey Circuit just up the road when I was doing my truck racing report, and it's a fascinating thing, and I was like, I have to know more. So I spoke to Rob Jones here at West Wales Customs, and he's invited me down to have a play. We'll get to these, don't you worry, and in a separate video we will get to these. But yeah, this is the TEV. So it's a quadricycle, L7E quadricycle, which obviously means it doesn't have to meet quite as many stringent requirements as a car. But you're thinking, it's come from China, is it cheap, is it flimsy? Well, let me tell you, it is not. Listen to this. It is considerably more solid than some European vehicles I've driven. So I'm really looking forward to taking this out for a drive. This one has the higher battery pack. You can get one that in theory does around 30 miles an hour, the lighter quadricycle class, or you can get the L7E here, which has about a 20 kilowatt hour battery pack, enough range for 100 to 120 miles depending on heater use and the time of year. And this is the cargo version. There is also a pickup version available, and quite a useful thing. Got the little side panels that will open up, and yeah, could be useful for an awful lot of uses. But we are focusing very much on the cargo van, so I'll show you the way in. There's a lock, so you can lock these, but it's like shipping containers. The locking system, very robust, and there's your access to the load compartment, all very solid in here and well built. Let's open one of the rear doors as well. They can be latched back and they go all the way back like so to maximize your load area. Under the back is where we find the motor and the charger. Here is some footage of this panel lifted up, but yeah, it's all packed underneath, and it's just really nicely styled, I think. Look, we've got sort of wraparound rear lights, we've got reversing cameras, multiple. It seems really nicely done. So here's your charge port. On the side, it's not a rapid charger, 16 amp, but yeah, it will charge the battery, I'm going to say in about 4 to 6 hours maybe, because you're unlikely to need to fill it from absolutely empty. But shut the back up again. So you've got these little latches, so it can lock in there and secure the door open. And just line up the top just like a shipping container, and then lock and you're secured. Brilliant. So standard equipment includes remote central locking, and then we are in. This one is so fresh, it still has the plastic wrapping all over the interior. We're not going to take that off because it's kind of very much embedded. This is a demonstrator vehicle, but while some of the plastics are a bit scratchy and hard and you've got exposed screws, I don't think that really matters in a utility vehicle. You see, we've still got nice chrome ring on the dials there, on the heater vent rather. Conventional key, in it goes, and that turns the machine on. Just 2-pedal drive because it's electric. Conventional handbrake. Let's just hop in, and there we go. TEV is the brand name here. We've also got electric windows, electric mirrors, and hazards. Very quiet, but it's electric, so you don't really need to hear them that much. 12-volt power outlet there, but we've also, on this multimedia screen, we've also got a little USB just under here, a little bit fiddly, but there you are, USB there. A couple of bottle holders rather than cup holders, and this does the aircon. I have no idea what PTC means, but it means it turns the heater on and I don't think you can adjust the temperature too much. It's quite a simple, I assume, resistance heater, but it looks like we got tunes fitted. Must be some sort of Bluetooth setup going on, and buttons to deal with it variously. Here is the dial to select which way to go. It looks a bit ripply in places, but I think that's because the protective plastic is still fitted. And then we got this screen here. So if I turn the TEV on, as with most electric vehicles, you have to wait for it to do its thing and flash the screen. But actually, I think it turns on a bit quicker than some EVs I've already driven. Here we go, we're at 67% on the battery. And this one has covered 94 miles. It reckons we got 77 miles of range at that 67%. Yeah, here's your Bluetooth settings and everything. And we've got a rev counter. Why have we got a rev counter? Interesting. We should watch that going down the road. Currently in eco mode, but there is, if I press the button, yeah, sport mode. Look at that. So we should have fun exploring the differences. We got this to explain how to turn it on. Always have the brake pedal depressed when you're switching direction. But yeah, the windows work nicely and go down quite a lot. Given how shallow the door is, it's a decent opening, I think. Got grab handles, we've got a little bit of storage up here, tiny little sun visor, and we've got the reverse camera as well. So that's quite useful because being a van, we're a bit obstructed in the rear view department. Yeah, that's quite a useful bit of kit, but it does also have a reverse camera when you put it into reverse. And then, yeah, the pantograph wiper. I'm gonna have to play with the pantograph wiper, it's got to be done. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's on the blade as well. Yeah, I like that very much. I could just sit and watch that all day. The joys of a pantograph wiper. So no triangle of doom, and quite a good sweep. It could possibly come a little closer on this side if you were going to be picky. But yeah, not bad at all. I've just noticed we've got a microphone up here for your Bluetooth connectivity as well. So yeah, this is an optional extra on the lower spec models, but is included on this higher spec battery pack. And altogether, this retails 18,750, I think, with the higher battery pack and the cargo back. So yeah, I think we'll get the cameras set up and we'll go for a drive. It all feels very nice in here. Lovely driving position. Yeah, going to enjoy this. Oh, and I should mention this bag of goodies as well. It's quite an important bag. It's got a toolkit in it. It's got a warning triangle, and we've got the charge cable. So this one is so you can plug it direct into a 13 amp plug, I think. Obviously that's going to take longer to charge up than using a faster charger. And then we've got the Runhorse TEV maintenance manual and user manual, and seems quite useful. I've already been making good use of it. It's got good information in it, and only a little bit of Chinglish, mostly around dealing with victims of an accident, bizarrely. But yeah, nice to have the documents. We'll put those in there as well. And yeah, let's go for a drive. Let's pop her into drive. Makes no sound at all. Foot off, no creep. But ease onto the throttle. There we go. We'll go left, I think. Indicator stalk feels a little flimsy, but no, we'll certainly get up to the Welsh speed limit of 20 miles an hour quite quickly. Just a little bouncy perhaps, but it is a little cargo truck, an unladen one at that. Payload, I think an impressive 600 kilos. This is only a dinky little thing, so 600 kilos is just over half a ton, or getting on for a 2CV. So yeah, the ride is a little rustic, unladen, perhaps unsurprisingly. But it's a very jolly little thing. Yep, nice and easy to hold the 20 mile an hour speed limit. Lots of people looking at me going, what the bloody hell is that? It's a TEV, mate. But how does it deal out on faster roads? Well, only one way to find out really. Start with a 30 mile an hour. No problem at all, barely even trying at this point. Steering is nice and direct. The wheel is very, very flat though. It's like driving a Mini really. Now the column pivots down right to the middle of the vehicle to make it easy to swap for left-hand drive. There we go, onto the bypass. That's foot flat to the floor, slightly uphill. 30. So far it's feeling much like the performance of the Microlino. 45. We're still going uphill. Give it a chance. Maybe I'll do the window up for better aerodynamics. And it has to be said, there's a bit of road noise, but there's very little wind noise. Alright, we're reaching the crest of the hill. We might be able to get up to our maximum speed. 48. 49. Oh, just click 50. And now we're coming up to a 40 limit, so I've got to come back down again. Good regen. I don't believe it's adjustable regen, but it's a nice level. It just feels like conventional engine braking. But yeah, this feels really quite good. You imagine using this as one of those little coffee vans instead of a Piaggio Ape, which would be hard work. You could actually drive this around quite merrily. You wouldn't want to take it on a motorway. Legally you could. Not sure I'd recommend, folks, but for buzzing around the highways, yeah, not bad at all. Oh, there's 50 again. Might have to put the aircon on, folks. It's getting a bit stuffy in here. Can I change the mode? We'll drive. Yes, we're in sport mode. Let's see on the way back if that makes any difference. My trade plate is flying around. That's what covers us for having no tax on the vehicle, effectively. I'm going to say sport mode is pushing the term sport quite loosely, but I say that. 46, 48, 50, 52 even. And now we're going too fast to the rev counter, which otherwise does nothing at all because there are no revs. I mean, obviously an electric motor does rev, but not like a car. But yeah, if you go over the speed limit for this type of vehicle, the speedo goes red. That's quite a nice touch. But yeah, I have to say, this is actually really well mannered, apart from this slightly bouncy ride. But a forward control vehicle of this nature with nothing in it is always going to be a bit unusual, shall we say. But yeah, good mirrors, easy to keep an eye on what's going on, plus my digital rear view mirror. Obviously that's going to get dirty, so you're going to have to keep that lens clean. So you can hear the aircon running. But this is really what it's made for, isn't it? It's for bombing around town, doing your local deliveries. It would be absolutely perfect for that, or on caravan parks and resorts where you've got to run all your bedding and stuff around. It would be perfect. I have to use the wiper again, folks. Look at that. Oi. I like that very much. So what I've got behind me, also made by Runhorse, is a J2C. These are all demo vehicles, and have actually been to places as far flung as Switzerland, but will be soon getting sold off. So they're a couple of years old, and a very different story to the TEV. For a start, the body is sort of resin soaked plastic, so it's a little bit flimsier. It hasn't quite got the build quality. It feels a bit more like perhaps an ASAM like we drove recently. But you know, disc brakes all round, independent suspension, and this one's got a box body on the back with seemingly no way in. It's just got the door on this side because it started off on the Swiss market, so we can open the door and it's just a little cargo box. Not particularly exciting, but does the job. Nice light roof, translucent, so you can see what you're doing in there. So yeah, it's all a bit different, but different bodies are available. Again, pickup bodies, or you can have a flip up side body on the back, but a bit more geared up for left hand drive really, which you can kind of tell by the wiper. And if we get inside, just the single seat, these are properly skinny. So I'm going to have to film from here because I can't get in, but you know, electric windows, 2 of them, and 2 opening doors, leather seat, a bit of storage behind for your charge cables and whatnot there. But yeah, the quality is not as good as the other Runhorse. It hasn't even got a badge, it hasn't fallen off, it never had one. But you know, got the aircon down here, and there's your, oh yes, don't forget the handbrake, your drive selector. The pedals weirdly offset all the way over there, which is a bit peculiar. And I love this. This is where you put your screen wash. So your screen wash goes in there. So it's quite a novel way of doing it. Fresh air vents, we've got a little head unit built into the side. Obviously not a CD player. But you know, you've got some entertainment, reminding you of the speeds. Yeah, I don't think we'll be doing 100 kilometers an hour somehow. But again, you know, there's a little rear window. There's whatever that is, a little sun visor. And I love the fact there's a high level brake light, which is kind of rendered a bit useless by the body here. But again, we got the wraparound rear lights, very similar styling to the TEV we were driving earlier, and all this sort of plastic, so at least it's easy to replace if it gets knocked. And you know, cup holders, etc. So yeah, I'll get you mounted in and we'll take this one for a drive. But yeah, if I clamber right in, you see that's where my feet want to go, but that's where the steering column kind of is, so you end up with your foot all the way over here. I'm not sure this is going to be comfortable for long journeys, but then it really isn't built for long journeys. We'll give it some hazard lights. No, apparently we won't give it any hazard lights. I need to start it, do I? I've managed to break it. Let's try the key. Look at this, it's kind of keyless. So unlock. Will that wake it up again? Oh, there we go. And there's the hazard lights finally kicking in. Yeah, it's all a bit older. These are a couple of years old, so that flashing green arrow is my hazard lights. Yeah, it doesn't match the flash rate of the actual indicators. But you see, this one's done 204 miles. We've got battery voltage displayed over here, so we're about 67 volts. We've got a rev counter again. Weird, why have we got a rev counter? Very strange. We'll see if that does anything out on the road. And we got multimedia stuff to play with and a USB charge point, although there's actually a couple more there as well. 2.4 amps, so that'll charge up your phone nice and quickly. Bit of an oddment tray, but yeah, are these your speakers? They are dinky little things. It is definitely a case of more flimsy in here. Did I do a wiper test? Oh, I've got to do it yourself. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, that's not the best. We've got a corner of ignorance here, corner of ignorance here. This is like being in an army. But there we go, now it's parked down the bottom of the windscreen. That's not a great wiping performance. We've got a little extra windows, which is where you can see your mirrors, so that's quite good, although mostly I can see a door in that one. And again, we've got fresh air vents both sides, and the old air con. Okay, oh there we go. And then we can turn the air con on. Holy smokes, it feels like we're going to take off. Wow, that is some serious fanning going on. Right, let's get you in a mount, go for a drive. So this one has a 12.3 kilowatt hour battery pack, which should be good for somewhere between 100 and 120 miles, given fair driving. So yeah, I don't think that's too bad. The other ones have about half that, so naturally about half the range. But the specs do vary amongst this lot, and they will probably be finding their way online as used vehicles fairly soon. But yeah, let's go. Okay, slightly weird, but I can talk to you into the rear view mirror. But yeah, let's take this thing for a drive. What we got? 200 miles on the trip, 204 miles covered in total. Battery at 90% after just getting away from the property. So foot on the brake, into drive. And one thing I've already discovered is it's very hard to do a hill start. The TEV has hill hold assist, so it holds the brakes for you. This does not, and it won't let you accelerate at all while the handbrake is on, so the handbrake has to be fully off. So trying to do a hill start, quite tricky. This thing is quirky beyond belief, and I think I like it because of that. All right, let's go. Oi! She's quite pokey, but oh my gosh, this throttle position is absolutely awful. Why did they put the pedals there? Yeah, the motor's doing 40,000 RPM at the moment, apparently. But yeah, the mirrors work well, give a good field of vision. It's just weird that you're kind of driving from the middle. It's basically a McLaren F1 van. The brakes are a little noisy. This one has been sitting for a while, but it has been used on demo duty, hence the mileage, and hence why it isn't in perfect condition. It's a little bit dirty in places, but yeah, then discs need a lot of cleaning, I think. Yeah. Can you just do something about the pedals? This is not great. I mean, could they not have done it so you get one pedal each side and do left foot braking like a go-kart? That would have been perfect. Yeah, you can hear the rusty discs are making a bit of noise. And naturally these will actually be prepared for sale. I've just turned up to have a play today. And the TEV was my main focus of the day, but I couldn't resist taking one of these out. This actually rides a lot better than the TEV. Smaller payload, 400 kilos. And I will say that the little multimedia screen is a little hard to see in strong sunlight. So it's not a perfect vehicle, but it actually rides really nicely. Oh, it's so bad. I'm taking my foot off the throttle just because it hurts so much. I don't know what they were thinking with that pedal placement. Yeah, the brake's not too bad. That's kind of where your throttle foot naturally wants to be. It doesn't want to be right against the side here. Oh, interestingly, when you close the door, the back wobbles. So it's very much what people think Chinese vehicles are like, whereas the TEV is kind of where they've got to now. I think this is an older design. Runhorse itself, or Shendong Runhorse, to give it its full title, has been going since 1999, opened their workshops in 2001, so really quite a recent company. Now, if you go and take it out on the fast roads, and again built to the quadricycle regs, which of course means no airbag, very limited crash protection. That is something you accept with a quadricycle. Same as the Citroen Ami, the Microlino, and the Renault Twizy. These aren't cars built to car standards. Oh, the brakes need a good shove. Probably because they're mostly rusty at this stage. Right, foot to the floor. Yeah, performance a little more limited in these, I'm going to say. Oh, there's a cup in the road. I better avoid it. We can't afford the extra drag of hitting it. This one, less at home on the faster roads. We are a moving target at this point. So I'm going to say this one definitely town use only. And I'm going to get off this road as soon as I can. But you know, electric windows go almost all the way down and then won't come back up again. No, it comes back if I use that switch. Okay. Oh no, there we go. Now it's working. That's character. That's character. I like character in a vehicle. Well, I have had a lovely day. Two very different vehicles. What this tells me is just how much Shandong Runhorse is actually moving the game on. This feels so much more advanced than that does. That feels like a Chinese vehicle they're trying to sell in Europe, whereas this feels something that's been geared very much more with overseas sales in mind. And I think that's really rather refined. It's only got a much better pedal position. But yeah, huge thanks to West Wales Customs for allowing me to come along and play with these vehicles today. Like I say, they will have some of them for sale shortly, and you can order a TEV if you so wish. Get in touch, I'll put a link in the description below. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in a future video. Farewell.